It is not good reading for Liverpool fans. If you take a look at the Catalan newspaper Sport, El Ataque por Coutinho, Barca are in London for the signing of the Brazilian. This, of course, a story that has continued to snowball. Sid, how likely is it, or is it just all dependent on the future of the Neymar deal?
No, I don't think it's necessarily dependent on the future of the Neymar deal. Coutinho is a player that Barcelona were chasing anyway, although admittedly it changes the nature of his role within the side. If Neymar stays and Coutinho comes, then presumably he's one of the midfield three. If Neymar goes and Coutinho comes, presumably he's one of the front three. And I suppose you could sort of say maybe he's not quite a replacement for either of those positions, or not exact replacement for either of those positions anyway. I don't think this does necessarily depend on Neymar, but of course if Neymar was to go, it gives Barcelona the cash flow to be able to try and make this happen. And bear in mind, we're in that position we're so often in at this time of the summer, in which there's a sudden load of noise. There's a deal between Coutinho and Barcelona. OK, but what about Liverpool? They would still need to negotiate with Liverpool, who have said repeatedly they're not going to sell. That's not to say that they won't. It's not to say they won't eventually have their arm twisted. It's not to say that an enormous truckload of cash driving round to Melwood wouldn't persuade them. But it's not easy to do.
Let's take a look at Coutinho's stats, shall we? 13 goals last season. As impressed in spells at Liverpool. Obviously, he's no Iron Robin.
No,
you said that
you'd
prefer Iron Robin than Neymar. Would you prefer Coutinho to Neymar?
Coutinho's, I think, a different sort of player. He's not someone that's going to go down the outside and take people on. He's somebody that likes to cut inside and bend shots in. He gets good crosses in. And I think he's more of a midfield player rather than an outside left, an attacking midfield player. So, as Sid was saying there, if Neymar stayed, he could still play in a midfield three and be threading balls through. But it's a massive loss for Liverpool.
He's not that good, is he, Coutinho?
He's a very good player.
Really?
And he's a massive loss for Liverpool if he goes, because he's the...
So here's the thing with Coutinho. I think sometimes
runners, they've got lots of players that are dynamic, but they haven't got that player that can open up defensively.
I think he flatters to deceive, Coutinho.
He flatters to deceive.
I think so. I think he goes missing in a lot of games. He does some special things, yes. But is he a Barcelona player? No.
So what makes a Barcelona player? Are you saying that Coutinho couldn't play for Barcelona?
No.
And you say Sergio Roberto can play for Barcelona or somebody like that?
Well, this is the problem with Barcelona, because they have players like Sergio Roberto. They haven't got the standards.
But I think Coutinho is a good player. He's a creative player. He didn't do very well at Inter Milan, but he's done well at Liverpool in spells. He's been injured as well. But I think he's a very good player and somebody that Barcelona it would make Barcelona a better side. No question about it.